What's going on, CDL fans? I'm back with my pick'em for week 1 of stage 2. The stage 1 was awesome. It was great to see how the season started off. Vanguard has been pretty fun to watch in my opinion. I've actually been enjoying it. And now we're just going to hop into the pick'ems for week 1, which is this coming weekend. As you can see, I also have my current record on my predictions so far at the bottom. I'm 27-21. I counted the predictions I made before all the matches during the major. I tweeted out my predictions before the matches, so you can verify that I actually pick those teams, but I decided to put them in the prediction. If you think I should take them out, let me know, but I figured I can still predict matches before they start, the ones that happen later in the bracket, as long as I just predict them before the match starts, right? So I've been doing that on Twitter, so I do have that in there. I did go 12 for 18 in terms of my major picks. There were some picks obviously that I was wrong on, but so far not too shabby, but I am 27-21 including my major picks. So with that being said, let's hop right into the first one. We have the London Royal Ravens versus the New York Subliners. I'm gonna give it to London 3-0. New York's not looking too great. Apparently Crim6 might not play because I think he's having like a surgery, or he had a surgery this week, so he might not be available to play. So I'm gonna give this to London 3-0. Then we have Boston Breach versus Seattle Surge. Now this is interesting because we saw Boston place pretty well at the major. Obviously Seattle's been very much struggling recently, so I could really see either team winning this. Both teams are good at search and destroy. Boston's awful at control, so Seattle's definitely better in that game mode. And then hardpoint, both teams are okay. I'd say Boston is better at hardpoint, so it's definitely a tough one to pick. I think I'm gonna go, my gut is telling me to go Surge, but my brain is telling me to go Breach. I'm going to go with Boston, and just because that is the team that has looked better recently, I'm going to give it to them in a 3-2 fashion. I think they'll probably take like one hardpoint, one SND, or one hardpoint in both SNDs. It could go either way, but I'm going to go Boston 3-2. Next up, we have LAG versus Florida. This is two pretty, these are decent teams towards the bottom of the table. Both of these teams have very good slaying power, so I do think they match up pretty well against each other. Neither of these teams are really exceptional at anything. LAG is pretty good at hardpoint. Florida's pretty good at control. Both teams are kind of whack at search and destroy. I'm going to go the way of LAG, even though I feel like every time I pick LAG, I'm wrong. I'm still going to go the way of LAG. I think they'll take this in a 3-2 fashion. Then we have LAG versus Paris. This, you never really know with this Paris roster. I'm going to give it to LAG still. I think at 3-1, I think Paris could probably pick up the search and destroy, but I think the Gorillas are just a stronger team. Then we have Thieves versus London. What I actually didn't mention before the NYSL series is Gizmo's actually being replaced by Paul X this week, because Gizmo's, I think, flying home back to the UK. So actually, I'm going to update this to give New York a map, but I still think London will probably take it. And then LA Thieves versus London. I think without Gizmo, this definitely gives Thieves the victory. I was kind of leaning London originally, but without Gizmo, I think Thieves will take it. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna go 3-1. I think London will win the search and destroy, but I think Thieves are just gonna be better considering they have their full roster. Toronto versus Minnesota. This is definitely a tough matchup because both of these teams look good in some things and bad in others. I do think this goes the way of Toronto. I'm going to go 3-2. I feel like Toronto will win the game 5. Minnesota might take the other SND. They'll probably split the hard points, and then Toronto will take the control. I think these teams are pretty fair matched, considering both of them seem to be pretty weak at hard point, although Toronto has been historically a better hard point team. So I do think Toronto will take this. Then we have Seattle versus FaZe. I'm just going to go 3-0. FaZe is just obviously really, really good, and Seattle is not looking great, so I'm just going to give that straight up to FaZe. Then we have Paris versus Minnesota. I do think this could be an interesting series. I'm going to go 3-2 Rocker. I think this could go either way, but obviously I would say Minnesota's a stronger team at the moment, so I'm going to go 3-2 in terms of the Rocker. Then we have Florida versus NYSL. Still, we don't know if Crim6 is playing, and the thing for me is NYSL seems to be a team that struggles when it comes to the slaying department, and Florida's obviously a team that doesn't struggle in the slaying department, so I think just off that fact, Florida will win this. I do think they can make it close. I think NYSL might take a map. They might be able to squeak out that search and destroy, maybe even a control, but overall I think I'm just gonna give it to Florida. Then we have the big match that everyone's looking forward to. We have OpTic versus LA Thieves. This is going to be, I think, a really good match. Both these teams are pretty well matched up. Both of them are good at search and destroy. Both of them are good at hardpoint, really good at hardpoint. OpTic's definitely better at search and destroy, I would say, and then control OpTic is better. So overall I'm going to give this OpTic. I think it's going to be a 3-1 Thieves, I think, will win the game. Thieves will probably win the first hardpoint, and then OpTic will win the next 3. That's gonna be my prediction. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe for more CDL content. Sorry this one was quick. I'm trying to get this out as soon as I can, since I'm literally filming this the day that I'm dropping it. I'm heading away for the weekend, so I don't really have time to record this, coming up, because I'm actually leaving today. So I just rushed through this video. But if you did enjoy, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.